Yesterday, Cloud9 delivered a dominant performance, returning them to yet another finals appearance. We'll see if Team Liquid can continue their quest for the four-peat, or if Clutch can pull off a ridiculous upset with our last semi-final bout. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the LCS Countdown, where for 30 minutes we look at the coach of the split and check out Team Liquid's ride to Detroit until the timer reaches 0 and we jump into Champion Select. Now, earlier this week, we announced that coach of the split went to Team Liquid's Kane, and it may be surprising to realize that this is his first time receiving the accolade after winning 3 splits straight.
But we have to give him a lot of credit because Team Liquid is a super team. You've got some of the best players in the world on this squad, and we all know that super teams can fail big time. It's happened so many times across many titles and even here in LCS and leagues. So the fact that he's able to rally these players together and have them win 3 times in a row is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, and it's not always very easy to coach strong personalities who know the game so well and know they know their stuff. You have to prove to them that you know what you're talking about, that you're worthy of their respect, and they should listen to you. Or we've seen so many times in the past, they're saying, no, I'm just going to pick what I want. I know better than you.
Yeah, and the fact that he's done it for so long now helps lend to that credibility that he's kept them at the top of their form. You see a lot of teams, after going on really hot runs for so long, they're like, all right, we're going to slump a little bit in the regular season because take some time off.
Challenger or Masters all the time.
Yeah, he's challenger in solo queue, high rate in TFT as well. He's just like an actual beast at the game, former pro.
Good cook, too.
And a good cook. So, but what can't this guy do?
Painter, he's a
what
pianist.
can't he do? Just start spreading.
Drives a cool car.
Go to karaoke with the guy.
On top of everything he's accomplished, I think as well, we're just looking at what might be accomplished in this split. Again, TL looking to do what no other team has done and go for the four-peat rather. As we go on stage for an interview with Kane, let's hear from the professionals who know best what makes a coach of the split.
As far as for someone who doesn't see the day-to-day when you're evaluating coaches, I think you can take a lot from how the players talk about the coach. I think that when you hear players talk about a coach in a way where maybe they might be a good parental figure or maybe the coach is good for the environment, for me, I think this is the greatest accolade a coach can get.
If you see a team that has consistent results across the season and they're always adapting to the meta and they aren't like, you know, falling apart where like they don't look like they're communicating.
Naturally, losing is always going to be hard, and this is a quote from Jurgen Klopp, the manager of Liverpool, but the 5 minutes after a game are more important than the 5 days leading up to it. And that's something I really buy into. And if you can't manage your team after losses, you're going to lose momentum, you're going to fall into a slide, and sometimes that's impossible to recover from. So one of the most important things you can do as a coach is manage those 5 minutes between wins and losses.
All the things are part of the coach's job, right? The team vibe or draft or even like game winning or losing, even players that play, coaches are part of it, right? So everything is matter, like team standing wise or team vibe or winning streak or losing streak, everything is matter. But you know, if I'm the outside of the screams, if I'm the analyst, I'm going for both high stand with the good vibe team.
I am standing with Team Liquid coach of the split, Coach Kane, as well as Coach Dodo. Coach Kane, congratulations on your first Coach of the Split award. I have to ask you, for Team Liquid fans, this was only expected, but for you, did this award come as a surprise?
일단 저희가 이제 3번째 우승하고 이번에야 받게 됐는데 사실은 모르겠어요. 근데 되게 어저께인가 그저께 받게 돼서 되게 행복하고 지금 뭔가 되게 팬들한테도 고맙고 투표해준 분들에도 고맙고 굉장히 좋습니다.
Yeah, so when I received the news that I was the coach of the split around 2 days ago, I was really happy and I was really thankful for all the fans and people who voted for me as coach of the split, and I'm really grateful.
Now, what do you think that this award says about your past work with the team? Because when you first joined Team Liquid, they were facing relegations. They were going to the promotion tournament, and they were at the bottom of the barrel. But now, Team Liquid is set up to potentially pull off the first four-peat victory in the LCS history. So what is this award representative of to you?
사실 이제 팀 리퀴드에 처음 조인하면서 이제 매 시즌 이제 매 판이 저에게는 큰 도전이었고 이제 저희가 어떻게 보면 북미의 챔피언이 됐는데 어떻게 보면은 예, 일단 뭐 저희 팀 스태프들, 선수들 그리고 저희 뭐 스티브까지 포함해서 모든 사람이 노력해서 여기까지 왔다고 생각하고 앞으로 약간 좀 계속 우승하고 싶고 또 월드에서 조전에서도 좋은 성적 내고 싶네요.
Yeah, so ever since I joined Team Liquid in 2017, every split, every moment was a challenge for me. And I think all of the Liquid staff, players, and Steve worked really hard for us to getting to this point. And we really just want to just keep winning. And then we want another championship. And even at Worlds, we want to show a really good showing.
And really quick before we go, because I do want to give you a moment to talk with your team before the game, going against Clutch Gaming today, how do you view them as an opponent and how do you see this series going?
일단 저희 같은 경우에는 이제 실수가 많이 없고 탄탄한 팀이고 사실 클러치 게이밍 같은 경우에는 이제 처음에 공격적이고 어떤 약간 엄청 공격적이고 초반에만 얼리 게임이 좋은 팀이라고 생각을 하는데 저희 스타일대로 플레이하면은 당연히 저희가 이길 거라고 생각하고 굉장히 자신 있습니다.
Yeah. So for us, I think we're a team that doesn't really make mistake, and I think Clutch Gaming, they are really aggressive. They like to punish enemies' mistake, but if we just follow our style and just play our game, I think we're confident that we're gonna win.
Well, it's a series that I am very excited to watch. Kane, Dodo, thank you once again and congratulations. And to get back to Countdown, let's hear from the desk.
Thank you very much, Avali. Again, a very humble but confident Kane. Looking forward to their semifinal matchup today. You may have noticed we added one to the desk on the far left side. Before we get into the Team Liquid versus Clutch matchup, let's bring it in for a Sunday staple. Good old Jet Stats. Take it away.
I'm going right to coaching and champion pools. So
Oh, boy.
I find this interesting. And you can get this question right, very right, or completely right. Because there were 3 champions for Team Liquid. Jensen's most played spring champion, xSmithy's most played spring champion, and Doublelift's most played spring champion. None of those champions have been played in summer. So they've actually, their most played champions in 3 roles are completely out of their champion pools for summer
Played
split.
by anyone or specifically by them in
Specifically
summer?
these 3. So
Okay.
xSmithy
They
hasn't
played them
played as
most,
most played
and now they
champion from
haven't played.
spring.
Has Doublelift
from
played
spring.
Caitlyn?
So name any of them.
Or
Okay,
Caitlyn
for
was-
bonus points, get all
was-
3.
Rex for xSmithy.
Okay, I think that one's right. Jensen was playing a lot
What about
of.
Olaf? I don't think he's been playing Olaf at all.
I think Rex
Did he
was
not
more
play a single
meta,
one of the
more
Olaf
meta
games
in
this
spring.
split?
J4
Yeah,
and
now
Rek'Sai
Warrior,
were like the
Cinderella.
meta last spring.
Yeah.
Jensen played a lot of Akali and
Yeah, so it's like what
Silas.
champions were meta in spring that
Those were
fell off
kinda meta
huge time?
here.
I'll give you a hint. You haven't said one of the champions yet.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You said we could get it right, more right, or completely right. We can also get it wrong.
You're gonna say it wrong.
Yeah, I could've left out the fourth option.
Does it start with N?
None of them start with
God.
N.
What ADs were meta back then? There was
Maybe he played a lot of Lucian.
All right, just give me a guess. Give me a champion.
It's Varus because they played Varus Pumpkinch all the time.
Okay.
That would be my double if
Right.
guess. So if it's not any of the junglers that we said already,
We did. Well,
All right,
he-
Dash, give me a name.
Lee Sin.
Oh,
It's Lee Sin. It's Lee Sin.
It is.
Oh, yeah, it is Lee
It's
Sin.
Lee Sin,
Varus.
Varus, and then the Jensen one.
guy.
Oriana.
Jet Stat.
Has he played Oriana this
All right,
I'm gonna go Syndra.
Syndra.
Okay, Azael gets 2 out of 3. So
yeah.
Syndra, Lee Sin, and Ezreal. Actually,
Oh, Ezreal,
I don't know
Ezreal.
how you got them right at the end. It was just like a bunch of floundering, and then all of a sudden he did.
They'll prize himself on being the only right one,
wasn't
so he
floundering.
was sandbagging.
I was
letting
thinking.
other people
Yeah.
talk.
I was letting these
Gear-
people
the gears
flounder.
were
Okay.
He was
turning.
sandbagging, so no one else would be
Question
right.
2. We
So
are
did
in
I
the
get it
LCS.
very right?
Nice.
Or only kind of right?
That was very right.
That was very
Not
right.
completely right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question 2. Who has played the most games in LCS semifinals all time?
Who's played the most semifinal games?
Which player has
all
played the
time?
most LCS
I'm gonna go
semifinals?
Smithy.
It has to be Smithy,
Yeah.
right? He's been in XDG. He's been.
It's either
So,
Smithy or
right,
Double
so
Lift.
it's xSmithy or
Doublelift.
Doublelift, because
Doublelift.
Doublelift has 6 titles, xSmithy has 5.
feel
Erickson
like
also has 5 titles,
for a
which means they
while-
had to go through at least semis to
For a
get
while,
there.
Double Lift wasn't doing that.
Yeah, but
well,
he
though.
didn't make
wasn't
a lot of
making
sense.
No,
sense.
so I think that's the
What
good
about-
point. That's why I think it could be xSmithy because Doublelift has missed.
What
Or
about
it's someone from TSM.
What about Sneaky?
You think
Right.
What about a
Is it
Cloud9 player?
Sven Skaren?
Cloud9 player.
He came in
Could be
too late
Cloud9.
into the league,
No,
right?
he only missed one split. It was only
Only missed
spring.
one? So then it would be
spring
Sven Skaren
2013.
for a successful TSM and Cloud9.
Discussion
generally
time is
making it
over.
I would say
better.
still
Sneaky.
Smithy.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Sven.
Sneaky.
Ooh, Sneaky was a good
I'll
call.
go Sneaky.
Bjergsen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boring.
You thought it was going to be in the
Faded us.
series, and then it had to. You got to
and then
bring
it had to be
Bjergsen
somebody
into every
else. Of course.
conversation somehow.
Of course.
We gotta get the
Can't
views.
do
Gotta
it.
talk about
Bjergsen.
TSM.
And with
But
this,
is he top 10
Bjergsen
in the world?
makes yet another
So you look at
semifinal. Well done,
Yeah.
chat. Way to get him in this one.
Who was second? Who was second though? 39 games for Bjergsen, and who like?
Do you know who was second?
I actually
off the
don't
top of your
remember.
head?
Ha! Nice jack shot.
Oh, only sort of right.
Yeah, it was. I'm just going to guess Smithy. That'll be.
Yeah, that's
Okay. There you go. I take sort of right.
I don't know if it was right.
Yeah, I take sort of right.
Okay, final question. Of all players in LCS playoff history, this player has the highest damage per minute.
Cody Sun.
That's a fact.
So there's no limit to the games, right?
So
No limit to
that,
games.
that would be my guess because Cody Sun has always had quite a bit of success
Yes.
in playoffs.
Made
Late,
finals
he plays.
one
He's
time.
played
Made
late
finals
game
one time.
damage dealers
He
that
plays
generally
scaling
have
team
higher
priorities.
damage per minute numbers.
It's-
The question is his playoff performances generally losses and therefore lower
I
damage?
think it's a trap question.
So it could also just be double if there's like the obvious answer, but I think that's too obvious.
I
so
think
I'm
it's
going
Cody as
Sun.
well.
I think
All
it's a
right,
trap
man,
question.
Cody,
I
let's go.
refuse to answer. It's
Coming
trap.
into yesterday, it was Stixay.
See?
Now it's Cody Sun.
And
Yes!
You are the champion of
Yeah.
death sets.
So, you know,
I
Right
just gotta
away.
get him on the desk
Yeah.
every time to make this
Often.
look go.
Or just in our ears. We got to get in the
or
control room.
Ooh, all right, walkie-talkie this up.
I
all
like
right.
the credit actually. I want to be here.
We are
No,
going
you-
to step away, but as we go, it is time for the announcement of the century. An earth-shattering moment for the ages that you all did not know you were waiting
your Twitch
for.
clip.
All I can say is you're welcome.
So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야.
Have you heard from the fans on what this video meant to them?
We go out into the crowds and people just can't wait to take pictures with
Fundraisers.
us. They're always clamoring. We hear them singing our song.
What do you say to people that say you're just drafting off the success of KDA Pop Stars?
Rabid fandom is a reality of the world. The two groups combined 250 million, 90,000 views on YouTube across just two videos. That's 125 million views a video.
If video games have taught me one thing, it's that if you're encountering enemies in your journey,
Going the right way.
you're on the right way.
Damn right.
You're on the right
I've also
way.
heard plagiarism isn't that big of a deal.
How do you constantly stay one step ahead?
Go on YouTube trending and just look at whatever the most popular stuff is and just kind of.
You know, art's one of those things where like
Everyone inspires
borrow,
everyone.
You borrow and you inspire. One of the biggest announcements is, of course, that we're going on tour.
Photo shoots for magazines.
Oh God, photo shoots.
No,
No one
every
ever
day
tells
feels
you how
like-
difficult photo shoots are.
They need stunt doubles, but for modeling.
We got merch to support us the whole way through. We got t-shirts, we got socks, we got underwear.
That's full body right
we got
there.
little hats for cold weather, we got normal hats for sun weather, and we got skins in store, mystery boxes inside food. Maybe it could be good, maybe it could not be. We don't know.
Crumbs tipped his hat towards the skins. That's been really cool, but that's been taking up a lot of our time.
I'm actually not even part of the Skins team, but they were just so excited about this idea that I really didn't have the heart to shut it down. So that's how I ended up here.
We're getting VR cloned. You're gonna be able to watch us dance live from your VR headset in your bedroom anytime, 24/7. We're there, baby. IDK, what's up? That's us.
We are superstars. Superstars make great things. We've been working hard behind the scenes for the last 12 months, and we're gonna hit the ground running, man. We're coming out hard this summer.
When you're chasing greatness, just remember,
Team Liquid tie the record. It's 3 LCS titles in a row.
I think the name Team Liquid is like, it's pretty scary name. Liquid. It's gonna be really tough series. It's gonna be like one of the most tough matches, but it's not really unbeatable.
And that is the nail in the coffin. Clutch, they're gonna take down TSM.
No one's really thought anything much of me, but if I'm able to first take down Bjergsen and then take down Jensen, that's a legacy that I'll be able to carry for the rest of my career.
That was a team-wide Kiana ultimate.
Damonte is probably the worst mid laner that's left in playoffs. I don't think I should have any trouble.
Shut down! Jensen grabs the kill in the back end of the fight, and Team Liquid come out on top.
I mean, of course, I'm gonna beat Impact, as usually.
Look at that! Huni kills Impact.
Huni always confident versus every team liner. Playoff, I'm always win, so I don't mind.
And Huni, he does get knocked out again in the semifinals. He won't be winning his NA championship this split.
People's already expecting that Team Liquid are gonna just win no matter what. What if they lose versus Clutch Gaming? How its shame is gonna be.
The fan reaction, if we were to lose, would be something like, we were too cocky, we got complacent, we didn't try hard enough, because everyone knows that we have the best roster. If we were to lose semifinals, it would be probably the biggest upset that's ever happened in the LCS. It's just not acceptable.
Even though we lose, we don't lose anything. And if we win, we gain double.
Welcome back to semifinal Sunday, where Clutch versus Team Liquid is gearing up in not too long. Yesterday, Cloud9 foiled the reverse sweep from Counterlogic Gaming after taking the match in 4 games. They, of course, await the winner of today's match, which pits Clutch against the Juggernauts in first, Team Liquid, after their upset of the number 4 seed in TSM. With Cloud9's win, they guarantee themselves at least 100 championship points. That means that if Team Liquid wins today, we have our first 2 teams locked in for Worlds, and that would be off of champion points, and then, of course, the other person winning.
The question is, if you're Cloud9, are you a fan of Team Liquid today? Because would you rather be fighting Clutch in the finals or be locked for Worlds with the Team Liquid victory than have to fight them in the finals?
And you've also got to think about, every time they go into play-ins, they do so well at Worlds. What happens if you don't start in play-ins?
You don't do Gauntlet, you don't do play-ins. That could be disaster.
They have enough
for
warm-up.
Canada. So maybe they're rooting for Clutch
and
to
then
win
they want
the
to lose
finals
to
as
Clutch
well.
as well. Yeah.
That's a scary Clutch. That's a scary
That's definitely
Clutch.
what they're
Hey,
wanting.
yeah, Clutch at Worlds, sign me up.
All right, last week we had our first upset of playoffs, and more on, and for more on what was going on during that series, let's go ahead and jump into today's mic check: Clutch versus TSM edition.
Okay, enjoy today.
It's gonna be a hell of a story.
It's gonna be a hell of a story. It's gonna be a hell of a series. It's gonna be a hell of a story.
Let's have fun.
Upset of the season happening today.
Always talk about Dragon, pin the Dragon first in the game, okay?
Yep.
And talk about TV situation, good luck.
First setup, first engage. Make sure we talk about how we fight.
Yeah. Trust ourselves, right? Do your job today. Everybody do your job.
Good search, you got it. Oh, sorry.
All good.
It's fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Go top.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Tell everyone in we end. We can end. I'm killing them all. Can you shield? Hey, no shield. Don't be hyped. Don't be hyped. There's only one.
On side. We got 2 more to go. Just play like a first time.
Yeah, first game.
Just think that this is the 0-0. Best of 1. Slowly. We win. Bench trolling. They're inting so hard.
Look here.
Rumble.
Going.
I'm on the way. You flash me? I flash. I'm above. We win. In front. I'm chilling. In front. Yes, I think we win. Backline solo. We're a little hype. Yeah, we're a little hype. It's fine. We'll chill for game 3. Yeah. Focus on how we execute our setups.
Yeah, we have power.
Go, guys.
Nice.
Oh, we win this, bro.
Nice.
Nice.
Look just. You win. Oh, it's just he's killing everybody. Yeah. Nice. Scar. 0. Here's jump. Nice.
Nice. Good job, guys. You know, people love the fucking river sweep, but this is not the day.
No, not today.
Both tight. South. He's sacked, yeah?
Yeah. Go. Yeah. Up to Cody. Cody, come. Nice. Come on, here. Yours are playing well. Good job.
Oh. Kaiser. He's one shot.
Kaiser. I can't do anything here.
He's super low. Look at me. You win those, I think. Watch BB. Nice.
We win. Nice. Drummond's getting hit a lot. Drummond's gonna die. Baron's free now. We kill jungle. And we jungle dead. I mean, they're solo. Baron, kill them all. Kill them all. Let's go.
Let's fucking go. I'm so.
Thank you, Cody.
It cannot be emphasized enough that to get to this semifinal match here today, Clutch Gaming had to have every individual playing at the top of their game just last week.
And that's what's so cool about this team now is that everyone is playing so well. When you look at like Lyra and how he looked last split and last year, he's getting back to his Envy form when he was borderline the best jungler in the league. He has really high jungle proximity. He's doing a great job setting up the rest of the team who's also stepping up.
And we don't know how good this Clutch Gaming team can be because the roster change, the roster change with Cody Sun, the coaching staff changing was so recent that we really don't know how good they can be. It seems that every week that they have had with the team, they have continued to improve, but when it comes to a ceiling for the team, we've yet to see.
Yeah, and I mean, we know how good Huni.
Oh, he's the Goonie, baby. Oh, he's the Goonie.
In the past, like Huni at his best is an incredible player who can absolutely take over a series by himself, and we have seen him, returning to form. He's been playing so damn well over these last couple of weeks, and I think that is such an exciting thing for their fans.
Yeah, and combo that with Cody Sun, who was brought back in the lineup, like Crumbs is saying. He's won the player of the series for the last weekend. This is a guy who has been in finals pretty much most of the time that he makes playoffs. He's so good. He's made Worlds both seasons. He's always been such a huge carry factor. And so you add that with Lyra playing well, DeMonte stepping up, having his best season, hands down, and Huni getting back into form as well. Like Crum is saying, this team has so much going for them.
All those shots, it's Cody and his lane partner, though, because Vulcan has been doing really well, and he's got some spicy picks. Yesterday, we saw that Rakan was really important, but he's already shown that he can play the Leona into this pick, so he can give Team Liquid some trouble in the draft, having the Nautilus as well. So there's a lot of synergy that these guys have developed, and with the Tahm Kench that he had against TSM, I'm excited to see what he brings.
Very strong duo, no doubt. Just one little problem. How can you doubt this?
What? Oh,
it's a jet.
This is the TL Mobile.
It's a Honda jet, too.
Straight up Honda jet to finals, my friends.
They hired aerospace engineers for them.
We have avoided talking about the TL Mobile all postseason long, and here we go. We get our first glimpse of it. Captain Doublelift there at the helm alongside JJ.
Pilot too.
Quite possibly, you are asking now Cody Sun and Vulcan to go up against the greatest LCS bot lane of all time. That is a far cry from what they've already had to overcome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to say they are the best bot lane we have ever seen in NA. I think these guys are heads and toes. Like, they're so far above every other lane in the league. These are two players that individually are both being considered for MVP. These guys have been so individually dominant and worked so incredibly well together that really it is the biggest difference between Liquid and every other team in the league, and has been ever since CoreJJ has joined.
And the problem is in terms of the specific matchup, too. While you're talking about, it'd be tough for anyone to go up against Double. If Cody himself doesn't have the best track record versus him, always seemingly coming up short. And it's not just like, Double has better teams. He also, in lane, usually struggles quite a bit. Massive CSDs in all their playoff series. So that's a concern when your former player of the series from just last weekend is against one of his biggest opponents he's ever had.
I mean, I know pound for pound we have... Obviously, Team Liquid is so lopsided in this, but the series, I feel like a lot of it comes down to the momentum that a lot of these players do carry. I think Clutch Gaming was able to do the upset against TSM because of the momentum, and if an upset were to happen here, it would be because of the X factor that Clutch Gaming has and kind of maybe too much pressure on Team Liquid because for all the accomplishments that they have, they are 100% expected to continue and go for the 4-peat.
And I think a lot of times when you talk about playmaking, momentum, that kind of X factor, for Clutch Gaming, you would look at a player like Huni, but we have to remember that he's going up against Impact. Of all the top laners, Impact in particular turns it on for the playoffs.
He's been better this split in terms of really strong carry performances, but historically we always talk about Impact being the best weak side top laner in all of North America. They can still do that, or they can maybe invest in his better carry play this regular season that he's had. So the fact that Impact's having one of his best seasons in North America does not bode well for this early game focus for Clutch Gaming.
Minute and a half ahead of game time. I want to get some predictions on the board. Clutch versus Team Liquid. Who joins Cloud9 in the finals in Detroit? Amazing will be joining us on the desk following the first game of the day. So we'll get his first. It is a Team Liquid prediction. But Crumbs, where do you land? You had Clutch in the quarters.
Listen, as fun as it would be to see a Clutch upset, it is just impossible to go against a Team Liquid power that is right before our eyes. I mean, they are so powerful that I have to go with Team Liquid.
All right, Azael?
Yeah, I'm on Team Liquid as well. I'm going to say 3-0. I just think that Team Liquid is so incredibly dominant, both individually, but their teamwork is also there. Their vision control is also there. Like, they check all the boxes. You heard Kane even talking that he thinks that they make very few mistakes, and Clutch kind of needs those to be able to capitalize on. So I think it's Liquid and landslide.
All right, Mark, you're well, no, too late.
Whoa.
Already answered the question.
Yeah, 3-0, 30 and a handshake.
3-0, 30 and a handshake. There it is. Bold predictions here on the analyst desk. With that, we've got nothing left to talk about until the games have played out. So we're going to toss it out to the battle arena to get into the first one.
I almost won.
Thank you very much, Dash. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our second semifinal bout here of the weekend. My name is Clayton Captain Flowers Reigns, and I am joined by Sam Kobe Hartman Kinsler and Joshua Jat Leesman to bring you the next rounds of games. Gentlemen, are we ready?
Let's go, Captain Flowers. Definitely ready to get this one started, as are the teams.
Yeah, I know that many people think this series